me I don't care for puppets much. I don't find them believable.
I don't believe you.
Hi, this is Bill for the Kawartha Insider.
And Doug for the Kawartha Insider.
We've had a pretty good meeting tonight with people that have got some issues with the city. I'm going to turn to my good friend here to my left so that she can explain at what stage she's at with the city.
Hi, my name is Mirka, and I'm still paying for my water bills. And now I contacted my counselor, and he'll get back to me hopefully by Wednesday and tell me what is the story.
So what we're a little concerned about is that this counselor, and that's Eric Schmeaton, which is a new counselor, he has the authority and the should we say the will he should have to bring the agenda to the council table so that all the counselors can deal with the fact of billing for services that aren't required. There's apparently a number which Doug will address as well. And that, again, we're kind of, I don't know, a little concerned that he hasn't moved quicker. When she went to the council meeting before on the budget and said that the impact it's having on her financially, it's almost like they don't care. They're hoping that she just quits calling or emailing. But you're not going away, are you?
No, I'm not. I want the results.
Exactly. You want that money back that they stole from you.
That's right.
And you want the bill to stop.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So we're going to try to help you accomplish that.
Thank you.
Now, to my right here is another gentleman. Would you introduce yourself to the people?
I'm Jim Greensize. I live at 6343 Highway 35 in CoKL.
Yeah, and you've had an interesting time with the city.
Very. It's ended up with everything we've gone through. My business property has been shut down and locked up. They told me I have to move. They've actually physically blocked my driveway twice, even though we're living there, and I moved the blocks. Because now that they've shut down most of my business, I'm not making a lot of money. I can't afford to move anywhere, especially with the rent prices today. And I've lived there for a good majority of the past 15 years.
Sorry, go ahead.
So anyways, they've added $68,000 to my tax bill. And one of the charges is for $4,400 and some odd dollars. And it doesn't say what it's for, but it says it's to go to the bylaws, so I imagine that's for putting the blocks in my driveway.
It's quite amazing, how the city, it's an MTO road. It's patrolled by MTO and it's mandated by the province. And yet the city is taking control of the jurisdiction of that road and trying to put you out of your property.
Well, what I fear here is okay, they put this on my tax bill and they did it without me knowing in the beginning. I never got any notices saying it was going to happen. But what I think they're doing is they're actually going to try to steal the property, because the property is allowed to be opened in November of next year. At which time I think what they're going to do is
take it for tax arrears.
Try to take it for tax arrears.
Yeah.
But one of the problems here is I'm getting tired of losing my thought.
It's okay. One of the problems here is that you didn't have really good representation when you were dealing with the city.
Well, at one point I had representation, and where $65,000 of this comes from is we had 2 court dates, one with the city, but I had to talk to a Superior Court justice in downtown Toronto with the same lawyer over a different matter. And the lawyer that was doing it up here for me said he phoned in and said we weren't going to be done with the Superior Court in Toronto that day until late. We wouldn't get up here. They said okay, we'll put it off, put the court date off. Mm-hmm. And they held the trial anyway.
They went ahead with it.
They went ahead with it and didn't notify us for 6 months.
Gotcha.
Right. And when I did appeal it, I appealed put the fine off, and then that allowed me to appeal the conviction. Mm-hmm. And I went up in front of a judge in the city of Court Lakes, the Justice of the Peace, I think. And he told me, well, that's too bad. It's your lawyer's fault.
Yep.
Right? Blah, blah, blah. Your appeal's dead. You can't go any further. It's caused me heart problems. You know, the night before the trial, when they were closing the yard, their lawyers for the city sent me a bill for $30,000.
Wow.
And what they do is, and you can feel it, they back you into a corner, and then they make you a deal.
Yeah. I think they made you a deal.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were talking about fines for not closing the yard and lawyers' fees of over $80,000, which would break me.
Yes.
I'm tired of selling equipment I've worked for all my life to have to pay to them in fines.
Gotcha.
Right? I should be retiring and relaxing at this point in my life.
Exactly. So it's again, your case is not much different than mine. The city comes into me, says after 8.5 years, Bill, you can no longer sell ATVs here. Bill, you can no longer do this. Bill, you can no longer do that. If you continue to do that, you're going to face fines up to $25,000 a day.
Yeah, but we were okay doing that one before the amalgamation.
Well, I was okay right up until, I guess 6-8 months ago, right? So they managed to shut my business down, cost me roughly $800,000 to date. Now I can't open up until for another 8 months. So that's 1.6 million that I've lost, plus my suppliers, plus everybody else that's associated with us. So all we're saying is we've kind of had enough, right?
Well, I had enough a long time ago. So when they did this and closed my yard, I put it up for sale with one of the real estate companies.
Yep.
I had 2 people that wanted to buy the yard, and that wasn't an issue. They had the money. They approached the city, both of them, wanted to know what they could do with the property, right? The city wouldn't answer them. They killed 2 deals of the sale of my property to allow me to get the hell out of here and buy another piece of property in another township and do my business the way I normally do.
Yeah, not be harassed.
And not be harassed.
Yeah.
I was never harassed when it was Somerville.
No.
But I sure get harassed on the city of Court Lakes. So they also come on the property. I asked them when the bylaw would come on, I'd want
Notice.
I'd want to see a warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have to have a warrant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped them a couple of times. And then the next time they come, there'd be a raft of OPP and they'd force their way onto the property. And if I interfered, I was threatened with being arrested.
Yes.
Right?
So they really come in heavy-handed.
Huge.
Huge. And what were you doing that's so illegal in their view? Making a living?
Making a living is one thing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't make a lot of money.
No.
But I make a living.
Yes.
Right? I don't collect welfare. I don't ask anything from the government. I pay my taxes. I do what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
Right? The city called the ministry in on me. The ministry went through. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Right?
Yeah.
But not according to them.
So I think we're going to have to deal with this. And we have a number of other people like you, Jim, that's in the same circumstances with the city. Doug, maybe you want to interject some stuff into this.
Well, we're here. We have a member, Brian. How did the municipality treat you?
Well, they've just been charging for the water for years, and my parents for years. So we'd like to get the money back if we can. They weren't supposed to be taking it in the first place.
Okay. The Water Coalition, the members have found that the charging for water was immediate. There was absolutely no contract with this, no legal contract, no binding agreement. They are going to have a council meeting for wastewater and potable water tomorrow. That being
It'd be 9 a.m., isn't it?
no. 1
o'clock?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock at City
And
Hall.
there's going to be a decision on whether they're going to continue charging. And that was from Emmett Heel. That's what he said today. So we'll see what happens. Mr. Smeaton is going to get back to Marika with a decision on Wednesday. And I guess they'll come up with a decision for you as well, Brian.
Yes, that'd be great.
I'm involved here as president of the Coalition of Citizens Against Unlawful Water Billing. I've been fighting this for 3 years. We'd like to get a solution.
Want to put an end to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Want to put an end to it. And the same as Jim, myself, and there's another gentleman that was tried his darndest, but the weather came bad on him. He's got a property out near Post Road that he feels Mr. Flatto wants it. All of a sudden, they need his farm in order to get access to Pigeon Lake for water for some reason. So his taxes have almost tripled since the period of time. It's got 100 acres. It's only a lot of swamp and pasture ground and whatnot. He does auto repairs and that. And he's getting the same thing that Jim's getting, I'm getting. Just total harassment, intimidation, ridiculous threatenings from the bylaw from the city. And it's time we put a stop to this. I've had about 20 calls since we put it up online that we're going to do something seriously against the city. We are going to follow through with what we said we would do as a class action lawsuit for damages. And it will be in a lot of money because what they've done to Jim, what they've tried to do to me, what they're doing to Sean, what they're doing to Sam, what they've done to Brian, what they've done to Marika, what they've done to Doug, what they've done to likely thousands of people. Ramon, 300 people up there getting no service for paying full tax paying. So again, I hope the city realizes this is not a joke. We have very good lawyers. We've built our cases and we will see them in court in 23 for damages, both financial and punitive. And again, this city is not untouchable. The issue is as we bind together and we build our cases together, the stronger we all are against them. For Bill.
And for Doug.
This is the Kawartha Insider.
Kawartha Insider. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill again for the Kawartha Insider. You know, we've stayed around a little bit longer and we talked a little bit more about why we think the city has gone after our friend here so hard. Could you come to the same conclusion that we did? And could you maybe tell the viewers why we all came to that same conclusion?
I have a free metal drop-off for people. I mean, I have disposal bins. Why not? I took in $65,000 over COVID in free scrap drop-off. My fine was $65,000.
Isn't that amazing, eh?
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that just amazing?
The same amount. That, because people drop it off to me, it doesn't matter on the way to work, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
I kind of wondered that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's great. They don't mind.
No.
It's great for them, right? It's on their way. It's easy access. It's never muddy like the dumps are.
Yeah.
And they don't have to wait for specific days. They just drop it in the bin and off they go.
Gotcha. And because I'll tell you why. That's why we came to the same conclusion, because my neighbor up the road down here, he put a scrap drop-off box out there, the trailer. Said, fill it free. My God. He was, like he says, I never made so much money in all my life. Scrap was like $350 a ton during that period. It was like robbing a piggy bank. Anyways.
Well, we were robbing the city court.
Yeah. Well, that's the piggy bank, my friend. So anyways, they came to him, bylaw said, and they warned him. They said, you're not zoned to do that, sir. If you don't stop, we're going to fine you big. So he stopped. I put a trailer out here because I'm commercial, my dump trailer. Okay. Didn't last a week. In comes bylaw. They says, Bill, what are you doing? I says, I'm collecting scrap. It's a great price. It's over $300 a ton. They go, that's cities. And I go, what do you mean that's cities? They go, that's cities money. That's why we take free drop off over at the dump. Well, it's kind of coincidental, don't you think? You get a $65,000 fine. They put him out of business because he told me about $5,000 in a month when he started. I made, I think, $2,500 just in a few days because we had a big dump box, right? And I think what's wrong with the city is that we tapped into their piggy bank.
But you know what?
Right?
Funniest thing is an audit would show the whole thing, wouldn't it?
Well, that'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be interesting.
And then you were saying about that work that's being done down the road there, that a person from out of the city's doing it.
Yep.
And you've all come to the conclusion, everybody that bid tender on that the city might have cut him a deal and given him free dump fees. That's another, what, $300,000-$400,000 of free.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't in the tender.
Exactly. So a forensic audit would bring that out too, wouldn't it?
That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be very interesting on the city?
Yeah.
Do you honestly think that these guys are covering stuff up by attacking you and me because we try to run honest businesses?
Well, I've run an honest business for 40 years.
I know, me too. 45 years I've been in business.
I've had trucks and trailers running up and down the road and bins. And, I mean, free scrap to me was just a way of providing a service to the people and bringing extra money in because the price of everything, fuel and everything is just going through the roof, and it helped offset the cost.
Right. Well, see, same as me. I'd have customers come in and say, well, can I throw that ATV in their bin out there? It's no good. You don't want it. If you want it, take it for parts, whatever, and throw it in the bin and get rid of it because I don't want to go over to the dump and waste 2 of my hours for nothing and get $5. Well, I don't get any money. Right? And I could see now. Now, the city wanted, because they're in the scrap business now.
They're in
every business.
Every business.
Every place they can make money, they're in it. To compete against honest, legal businesses. For Bill, this is the Course Insider.
And for Doug, it's the Course Insider. Thank you.
It's the insurance damage waiver for your beautiful new car. Will you need collision coverage?
Yes.
Fire?
Probably.
Property destruction?
Definitely.
Personal injury?
I hope not, but accidents do happen.
They frequently do with you.
Well, that takes care of the normal wear and tear. Do I need any other protection?
Only from B007, unless you bring that car back in pristine order.
He's actually gone. Will we ever forget him?
Who?
You know, what's his name?
That's all, folks.